Hi there. I'm Vocation Director Father Adam McDonald with the Divine Word Missionaries, and I was asked to share what are some of the joys that I experience in vocation ministry. I'm very grateful for this question, as vocation ministry has been my life for the last 9 years, and I have just accepted another 3 year commitment to continue as Vocation Director for the Divine Word community. So, what are the joys that I've experienced that have made this such a life giving ministry? First and foremost, I'd say one of the greatest joys is the opportunity to go deeper into appreciating my own vocation. You see, as vocation director, you're often asking young people how they feel God is calling them. But at some point in your relationship, those same young people ask you how you experienced God's call. And so, in reflecting upon and telling your story time and time again, you get new insights, new understandings, and a newfound appreciation of just how good God has been to you to call you to your own vocation. Another joy that I experience in this ministry is that it's very inspiring to meet with young people who are very committed to their faith, passionate about living their interests and pursuing their the development of their skills and talents, and their sense of commitment to living for a purpose bigger than themselves and to making a difference in the world. Before I became vocation director, I thought and assumed that most young people today were very much involved with themselves, very self centered or self focused. But my eyes have been opened to recognize that many young people today really do want to live for and discover a purpose that they can live to make a difference in the world. A third joy that I find in this ministry is that there's such a variety and diversity of things I get to do from day to day. It's almost as if to say that no 2 days are alike as vocation director, because sometimes I'll be celebrating Mass and the other sacraments, planning or facilitating a retreat. I could be meeting individually with a young person who is discerning. I could be responding to their questions by text, phone call, email, WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, a lot of social media, hosting come and see retreats and discernment events here at the seminary, and recognizing that I am very often the first Divine Word missionary that most young people will meet. So to be the public face of the community in all this wide diversity and variety of events is very life giving. A fourth thing that I find life giving in this ministry and a source of joy is working with others. This ministry is one that naturally invites a sense of collaboration and teamwork. I'm very pleased to work with several other priests and a brother and a lay person who's the coordinator of our vocation team, and our sister community, the Holy Spirit Missionary Sisters, and their vocation team as well. So for me, that's a source of joy to know you're not alone in this ministry, that you can share the work together, support one another, encourage one another, and help each other to vision and plan new activities and initiatives for the sake of inviting young people to consider religious life. A fifth source of joy for me in this ministry is seeing young people who are discerning God's call begin to recognize in themselves the gift and potential you first saw yourself. Maybe they're not aware of how gifted they are. Maybe they don't recognize the signs of God's call. But as you journey with them over time, they begin to recognize the gift that God has created them to be, and that's very life giving. Along with that, then, is a sixth source of joy, and that is that when someone you've discerned with has and accompanied enters the community in formation, you begin to see the community around you recognize in that individual the gift and potential you first saw. The community begins to embrace that person for the gift that they are, and you just step back and don't have to say anything but just watch it happen. And finally, if you stick with vocation ministry as long as I have for 9 years, you will find a source of joy when men do profess vows, when they make their perpetual vows, are ordained a deacon. And God willing, soon I will have a vocation candidate I've walked with for over 8 years who is soon to be ordained a priest. Very difficult to put into words just how much joy that gives me. So, for all these reasons and many more, this is a very life giving, joyful ministry, and I hope that you'll find that to be true for you as well.